Not a bad view. This is atop Sintra, the Moorish Castle, Moorish Castle, for those of us who speak English. And once again, I found the best place in the world to do a vlog. So as per tradition, I've prepared nothing, and I'm just going to ramble as we look at beautiful things. Sintra is kind of like Storyland, except real, and atop a mountain. And this has been one of my prettiest day trips I've taken of the entire trip. Pretty much you just walk around and imagine you're in a story, and it works really, really well. I've walked a ton today, and I've walked up this hill, and I gotta go over there now, and walk up that hill, and then I gotta go walk back down. So I'm gonna be really tired, but it's my last day in Lisbon, so I decided to go here because a lot of people recommend it, and I can clearly see why. There's so many beautiful sights. There's the Palace Peña, which is the one that we were just looking at. Obviously this, the Moorish Castle, and I had lunch right over, oh no, hold on, boop, there. And then somewhere over there is, well, I forget what it's called, it's something Sandela, I don't know. It's a really cool little place though. And it didn't, and you just take the train in here. I think total today I managed to have a $40 day, which is something that you try to shoot for when you're backpacking or when you're budgeting your trip. $45 to $40 a day, and I don't think I've had a $40 day in a while, so I'm pretty happy about it. The easiest way to keep yourself into that routine is to go to the grocery store, really. Stop eating out, eat just whatever's in the grocery store. I find that just the little pre-made sandwiches, a fruit, and a bag of chips really, really can just be all you need on these day trip days. And then later tonight I'll go have my specialty of beans and rice and hot sauce, because I'm such a fantastic chef. But besides that, gotta love it because of the benefits of not spending too much at the restaurants. Like, for an example, I think today I spent $8 getting into the Quindasad and $6 getting into here. I don't know how much Palace Peña is. We shall see. And then it was like basically $5 both ways on the train for like 90 or 470. It was really cheap. And then yeah, I probably spent like $5 at the grocery market. So I had a pretty cheap day, considering the attractions were the most expensive thing, which sometimes they can be. It can be very, very expensive. But in total, I don't think I spent more than $20, $25 today. And yesterday I went out for bacalhau, which is basically codfish, but it's a real big thing in Portuguese, and I've heard all about it, so I had to get some, and that entire meal was $20. Had a lot of wine too. Green wine. Yeah, so the Portuguese decided to create their own wine. They have red wine, white wine, and green wine. Essentially, green wine is when the grapes just aren't really ready. They pick them anyways because it rains too much where they grow this wine in the north of Portugal. And it's kind of a bittersweet wine. I like it, honestly. Some people don't like it. Definitely worth a try. At least a try. But yeah, that meal was the only thing. The entire meal was basically the only thing I did that day too. And it was like $20. And then this whole day, which I've been out for hours now, was $20. And then you got to factor in the hostel, which is I think $17 a night. So yeah, roughly a $40 day. Good job, me. Pack your own lunch is obviously the way to do it on these day trips, especially since you go to such touristy areas. Usually all the food's really expensive, so just pack your own lunch, take your time, get out there. Sintra's pretty good because it's high season and it's not that packed. I mean, some places are much more packed than others, but this castle's so far up that, it kind of deters a lot of people from coming here. But it's definitely worth it. And then the other place I went to was really, really kind of tourist everywhere, and it was really pissing me off, but, I took my time today, so I paid the price of it, really. That's another thing you definitely want to factor into your day trips is just, is it going to be busy or not? Some people don't really care. I do. I hate lines, and I hate other tourists because they stand in my way. So I always take it into consideration on day trips. Let's see. What else should you think about a day trip? So when I talk about day trips, usually I talk about somewhere you go that's not too far away from your staying, like maybe an hour or 30 minutes away. And they're not quite excursions because you don't have like a guide or a group activity going with you. It's more like this is somewhere you wanted to go and you just wanted to go out there for the day. For an example, Pompeii is like Italy's best day trip. Actually, yeah, pretty much. Italy's best day trip is Pompeii. So that's a great example. I went there for the day and then I went straight to my hostel at the end of the day. I didn't switch I did switch locations, but I didn't stay in Pompeii. And I didn't pay to have myself shuttled there or to have a group or a tour, nothing like that. And you'll do these day trips every now and then because it's usually easier to do it than to pick up your shit and move around constantly. And they're really not a big pain, so definitely something worth doing. Alright, I think I'm going to go for now. Hopefully I get to Palace Pena, and I'll continue a little bit there. Well, a little bit more of an idea of what I should be talking about. So I'll hopefully see you soon.